Hello and welcome back to Fusili Chemicals and the Open Synthesizer. Today we're going to be synthesizing ethanol, but not how you would usually do it in the game. Okay? So, in Molek-Syntez, or in our original quota that we're usually asked to complete every month, we have ethanol here already. We're already instructed to produce ethanol, and it's already a level here in Molek-Syntez. But what I want to show you guys today, right? What I guys want to show you today is fermentation, or rather reverse synthesis. So what do I mean by reverse synthesis? When I'm talking about synthesizing a product out of a bunch of precursors, what I mean is taking a bunch of precursors, stripping away the fat, and then getting the desired product. So I'm creating the product out of precursors. But when I'm talking about reverse synthesis or revsyn here over here, now what I'm talking about is having a big precursor like you see on your screen, glucose, and then breaking it down into the desired product, which is ethanol. So, albeit it's a very simple level to complete, it's just a proof of concept, and I'm pretty stoked about this because it really helps with how to stock up supplies for those molecules that I usually synthesize in my spare time. Because, what with all the difficulties of trying to mess with the master list of precursors that I'm being sent every 4 months. So, although it's sort of hard to work with the precursors I have right now, to synthesize with the precursors I have right now, this method of reverse synthesizing products from precursors allows me to stock up on stuff like ethanol over here, which can be used in a variety of other precursors such as acetone, acetic acid, carbamide, propene, methanol, ethylene glycol, maybe even benzene if I'm brave enough, or cyclohexane if I'm brave enough, or if I'm desperate enough. Now, glucose comes from sugar. I have stockpiles of sugar here, and I can just purify it and input it into this synthesizer, right? And then I can output the ethanol that I require or that I need to either meet quota or create some other molecule that requires additional precursors such as acetone, acetic acid, etc., etc. So I'm pretty stoked about this, and I want to show you guys. I want to demonstrate this concept to you guys by breaking down glucose into ethanol, and so I'll show you guys over here. So as I synthesize this ethanol, I just want to make a small caveat over here. We're only outputting ethanol. When I'm talking about fermentation, you guys are probably thinking about, yeast converting sugar water into booze, essentially. But over here, it's different because in the usual fermentation process, it would be outputting one ethanol molecule and two carbon dioxide molecules, right? That's what the yeast does. So it eats up the sugar, farts out some carbon dioxide, and vomits, quote unquote, vomits some ethanol. And here we're directly synthesizing it. Now the problem with it outputting two separate molecules that aren't connected, ethanol and carbon dioxide, is that I can't maneuver the cursor such that it would skip a hexagon. Every time I move the cursor, wherever I want to go, it would either have to be a single bond or a double bond. Alright? Or a triple bond, essentially. And it can't just be an empty space or empty moving of the cursor. It would have to create a bond. That's just how the code works. So I cannot create two separate products in one level or in one quota molecule that I have to output, essentially. So we're gonna have to stick with ethanol here. And because we stuck with ethanol, we can output three of them at a time, essentially. I just had to get rid of two oxygens, I believe, or yeah, if I start up the reaction over here again, I just had to get rid of one of them. No, two of them. Yeah, I was right, two. And I can output three ethanol at a time, and that's pretty good. That's pretty nice because for every, let's say, for every 1 kilogram of sugar, I get 3 kilograms of ethanol. That's crazy. All right, and that's all the ethanol I will ever need for my entire life. And yeah, although this breaks some thermodynamic laws and stuff like that, just quiet. We're onto something here. So it's great, and because I can output 3 ethanol at a time, it only took me 239 cycles to complete my quota of 120, and that's a hell of a lot more efficient than if I used ethylene glycol to synthesize ethanol, essentially. So I sort of found a way to cheat my quota and end up with way more ethanol than I need, or way more ethanol than I'll ever need to synthesize in a regular time. So I essentially cut my work time in half by doing this reverse synthesis thing. And so, yeah, that's really it for this video. It's relatively short. There's not much rambling that I'll have to tell you guys about. Just that I'm very stoked about this idea, and you guys can expect me to make more videos about this, wherein instead of creating products from precursors, we create products from precursors. All right. So for the next videos, we'll have to see. I just actually finished solving amoxicillin, which is an anti, yeah, it's an anti-inflammatory medication. I used to use this as a kid as well, because I usually went to the doctor a lot, or to the dentist a lot as well, as had teeth problems, and they prescribed to me amoxicillin or amoxiclav. And we also did benzodiazepine, also some ricin, which is a poison from the ricin seed. And we also have, oh yeah, ricin. You guys already know what ricin poison is, so there's that. That's the active ingredient. We also have imiprothin, which is an insecticide, and it is a key ingredient in Bygone. Prazolam's also done. We still have a bunch of stuff to create. Of course, we can also do a video on methamphetamine. It's actually pretty simple. We just had to switch up some connections in amphetamine, essentially. I haven't really solved uh, mifepristone yet, and stuff like that. So we'll just have to see what we cook up for the next video. Maybe it'll be amoxicillin. It's quite a doozy to make, but there's that. We can also do flutamide next. We'll just have to see which one is most convenient, or which one you guys would want most. And if you guys ever want a custom molecule made, a custom organic molecule that's either made from carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, sulfur, phosphorus, those elements essentially. If you guys want any, or fluorine, okay, so those elements, so oxygen, so carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, fluorine, phosphorus, those 6 elements. If you guys want any custom molecules made out of those 6 elements, so any custom chemicals that you guys want, leave them down in the comment below. And I believe this is the sort of the start of where I actually get my ideas from, because I just sort of search on the web or just screw around, and I eventually discover, hey, I created this drug over here, or this molecule. So recommendations for stuff to make would be nice, and we'll see from there how things go. So until the next videos, I will see you guys then.